Hi everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today is February 3rd, 2018, and today we're taking a look at Vechain and how it is a serious competitor to Ethereum. Please keep in mind this is not financial advice and just my opinion. So first off, let's go take a look at CoinMarketCap to see where we're sitting at, and we are at 444 billion with a Bitcoin dominance of 34.5%. Bitcoin is right now just above 9,000. And let's see, the one we're looking at, Vechain, which is in the number 16 spot right now, is at 551. So if we click on Vechain, look at its chart when it comes up, yeah, zip up, right? Markets where you can get this guy, Binance, Huobi, and then a few others. You can look here, check out their social. Oh, look, more news. Al Jazeera, why cryptocurrencies are here to stay. Yay, finally not FUD, right? Also, the Reddit. They have a pretty good Reddit page. Strongly suggest taking a look and following their Reddit. Very good information there. So let's get into it, okay? We're getting into Vechain. So Vechain was started back in June 2015. So it's been a while. It's been around for a while. And they state that Vechain is the world's leading blockchain platform for products and information. It's based on Ethereum, so it's an ERC20 token. But keep in mind, as it stands right this second, and this is before the Thor rollout, right now it's sitting as being very, very heavily modified. All right, it's very modified, almost to the extent to where it's basically no longer Ethereum. So Vechain has several locations around the world, namely France, Singapore, and Hong Kong. And lo and behold, Vechain was the best performing crypto in January 2018. It went up 150%. And I got this number from January 1st to today. And when I pulled the price, it was at 563, and then I did this like print screen as at 572, and you know, it's bouncing around, right? But notice that nice uptrend, and yeah, everything went up near that peak, right? But anyway, it's looking good. To me, it looks good. 150% increase for January. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, so what's happening? They are rebranding to VET or Thor, and that's going to be on February 26th. It's, you know, their rebranding is not really a great name or something to call this because of the magnitude of it. It's just not changing their website or changing their name. They are changing basically the underlying guts of what Vechain currently is. They are in a transformation process. And so they are transforming from a token into a coin/platform. That's a big deal. You can think of Vechain and what they're putting into it as being enterprise-grade Ethereum, where actual companies are putting this in place. They have tons and tons of partnerships with real-world companies that you've heard of. And there's going to be more that you will hear of. So it's a platform where dApps or DApps, distributed applications, can be created and run on. Hence, it is a direct, or will be a direct competitor to Ethereum and the like of other platforms. Also, you're going to get with the rebranding, this transformation, a staking. So they're going to have like the little Thor tokens. And so you'll be able to stake that. And you're going to have to hold so many VEN. And you'll get a percentage, which is really cool. Also, the token swap, when they're actually going to be switching out between VEN and VET, because of the sheer magnitude of the underlying differences, that will be in Q2 of 2018, so around June sometimes. Also, I think that's about the same time as when their main net is going to launch. Also, when they start distributing the Thor, they're going to have a significant burn rate, so they say, of about 30%. Well, they say 30% burned when they are spent. So that's a little bit iffy. I think it's still up in the air of quite what they're doing. But they, we'll just see what happens. Also, they plan on launching their official wallet, which will be good, and it's going to be multi-platform supported. Probably meaning iPhone, Android, and then Apple, Windows, and perhaps Linux. So we'll see. They have a hardware wallet coming out, but I don't think it's quite like what you might think it will be. The impression that I was getting, it's going to be more like scanners for businesses to use. So when they scan a package, they can type something in or whatever into it, and it'll take that information and store it on the blockchain. So think of symbol technologies of what they have with their scanners, or you see the little UPS guy when he scans a package and he has that little thing he's holding, something along those lines. Now, as far as an actual hardware wallet for consumers like you and me, I do believe, and keep in mind, this has not been released, but this is information I just got out of the ether, where it's like I just got this flash image of a credit card, where they are working on a credit card sized hardware wallet, where it's going to be about the size of a credit card, and it's going to have their smart chip in it. It's going to have a built-on battery on it, about the size of a credit card, and that will be your hardware wallet, which could be a direct competitor to the Trezor and Nano S and the Nano Ledger, right? So we'll see. They have not announced that at all. It's just something that I see, so watch out for it, okay? So also moving on, Vechain. This is really a serious company, and they're looking to go places. They have 40 plus developers working day and night on this thing. All right? Over 40 developers. So they're pretty serious. And they're currently expanding their office in Paris, which is kind of cool. So on performance-wise, excuse me, they are talking not the 50 TPS that they'll have in the beginning, when they launch, 50 transactions per second. But when it's rolled out and all the nodes are up, they're looking at having 10,000 transactions per second capability. It's whoa. I mean, what is that fast? Not many coins are that fast, right? And that's exactly what they'll need. Ether 50, right? Ether is 50. And so moving on here, we have what are they doing? They are converting from they are making significant changes to the underlying structure of their coin, okay? They are moving from Solidity, which is the programming language for Ether, to a very low-level language called Rust. I highly suggest you check out Rust, all right? Well, if you're a developer. And Rust is a system programming language, which, it looks at safety, speed, and concurrency to have all of these things to occur at the same time. So, definitely those are really important things for a company trying to do business. All right, they cannot afford to have CryptoKitties or some other application, some other dApp come on and crash the network. And we'll get into that with what's going on with their network stuff. But for right now, think of it as being as significant as moving from JavaScript to C++. So if you're a developer, that's basically what they're doing. They're moving from a slow interpreted language to one that runs on the metal super quick. So this is the difference between like playing a video game on the web browser to playing one to playing a AAA game on a big PC, okay? Not on a gaming machine. That's like the significant difference between Rust. And when I saw this, that they're moving over to Rust, this is really the primary reason which, I already liked VeChain, but this blew me away. This really blew me away because Rust is a solid, fast language. That's all I can say. Do research on it, okay? So, talking about research, they have VeResearch. And lo and behold, recently VeChain partnered, or VeResearch partnered, with the U.S.'s top supply chain university, which is Michigan State University. So, go Michigan, right? And what they're doing there is they are developing something called Edge Chain, which is basically MEC-enabled VeChain. Now, MEC stands for Mobile Edge Computing. It's a distributed, decentralized computing type of architecture. And the best way I could think of describing it to you would be to think of, well, actually physically having a server located like on a cell phone tower. So when your cell phone transmits the data, instead of going through the cell phone tower all the way back to wherever it needs to go, it gets processed right there by a computer on the cell phone tower. So it's pushed out to basically from the central hub, the main hub of like the super duper computer wherever it goes, right? Instead of having all the processing power there, the processing power gets pushed out to the edges of the network. And this is mobile network, so it's going out to cell phone towers, literally. And so the processing power is getting pushed out there. That will, release a lot of, well, let's put it this way. It's going to make the whole system extremely fast, all right? It's going to make it extremely fast. Now, for me, I've been a developer since like since 1978, and I've designed databases and stuff like that. So I know about centralization and how you want to get things super duper fast and have as much processing power off of the server as much as possible, and for speed and performance reasons, because otherwise you have to spend a ton of money on really big super fast servers, and that's not the greatest thing to do when you can accomplish it by changing the architecture. So that's what MEC is. They are changing the architecture. They are making it more, instead of all server related, to being client server. So think of it as being a web page. Yeah, you have the server wherever it's hosted, AWS. Instead of AWS doing everything, it pushes stuff out, and then through JavaScript, the stuff gets processed in the browser itself. And so that's part of like an edge, is the browser where it's doing some of the computing, because you don't need the server to tell your computer when you hover over something to make the text larger or start spinning or something. That should not be done by the server. That should be done by the local PC. So that's basically what's happening with this mobile edge computing in a roundabout way. And so this type of architecture, the mobile edge, the edge architecture, combined with using Rust, is really where they're going to get that 10,000 transactions per second. But it's achievable in my opinion. So going on, they're partners. We're taking a look at their partners, and VeChain's partners. The list is absolutely huge. It's nothing on the crypto market compares. The only one that is close is, you may have guessed it, but the only one that is close is Ripple. All right, and that's just how it is. VeChain outnumbers, as far as real world partners and stuff, the others by a long way. So first off, ATM, they have ATMs. You guys know what those are. They have Bitocean. And Bitocean is an ATM solution selling cryptocurrencies nationwide across both China and Japan. So they have the little crypto ATMs right now in Japan that people can go and put their fiat in and get crypto or vice versa, okay? Really cool. And Bitocean is committed to buy and sell VET with their physical ATMs using the Japanese yen and growing VeChain alongside Bitocean's global expansion. How does that sound? Sounds pretty good, right? So this basically paves the way for a VET fiat pairing. Look, so this is a fiat on-ramp to crypto. All right, that's what's happening. Like Coinbase. Coinbase is a fiat on-ramp to crypto. So VEN recently set up a joint office with Bitocean in Tokyo for product development. All right, so that's what they're doing. They are doing real-world things. Moving on. Here's something else that's very interesting. And yeah, I know this is a long video, but you know what? There's a ton of stuff to cover for VeChain. That's all there is to it. So right now we have VET-based exchange. Well, what is that? Okay. They are possibly developing a blockchain-based exchange for China. Yeah, that's right. So here's something I found. As Chinese regulations become more transparent, Bitocean will also support VeChain's development of the world's first blockchain-powered exchange as advisor. This was actually on Bitocean's site where I found this, okay? There's the link right there. I'll put the link below. But this is what I found on Bitocean's site. So they are saying, oh yeah, VeChain's developing a blockchain-powered exchange? Sure. So VeChain's solution is currently designed to handle the physical goods trading via CNY, both digitally and through VeChain tokens in person. So they are actually, here's the thing. They are making an exchange for the Chinese. And that is really super duper duper exciting, is it not? So we'll see where that goes. Good luck to them. I hope it happens, because that would be tremendous for not only VeChain, but for crypto as a whole. So moving on, what else is going on with China? Well, they have national level partnerships, okay, with China. Some of it is like for making smart cities. And this is what I found on their national level partnership PDF. The VeChain will work closely with Administrative Examination and Approval Bureau of Guan's new area to provide a blockchain-based information system to collect and analyze administrative data, offer privacy protection of data, and apply blockchain technology to reform business registrations and cut red tape. Well, that's just great. So what is this area? Think of it as being the San Jose of China. That's the best way I can think of it, okay? The San Jose of China. Partnerships. Yeah. I left some off. I mean, I was figuring, you know, what the heck? There's so many. There are so many to list. It's laughable in comparison with the other coins. I am not putting down the other coins. I'm just showing you how many partnerships VeChain actually has. And down a list, oh, here's little old Bitocean, okay? Yeah, little, right? The national partnership level that we just covered. You have one of the fastest growing online lending platforms. Just on and on. They have a bunch of partnerships in Europe which are currently under NDAs. There's been a rumor that BMW is rumored to be one of them. I think it's Porsche, but you know, we'll see. why not both, right? So, we'll see. They also partnered with Italki, which is an online self-publishing content platform. So if you've ever done any research on Poet, well, here it is. This is it with VeChain, okay? And DNVGL partners, huge. It's just on and on and on. And this one right here, whoops, I keep on hitting that. This Jiangsu Printed Electronics, that is huge. They make flexible batteries, guys. Remember I was talking about the credit card sized hardware wallet? Yeah, these guys will probably make it. They'll probably provide a printed battery that actually charges VeChain's smart chips. We'll see. I don't know. And then, they have, look at this. VeChain affirms partnership with China Unicom. Good grief. There's that one. Renault. They have Renault. They have the world's largest freight company. They have Price Waterhouse. Okay. And China's largest wine importer. They also have like the tobacco. What is it? Thingy. It's like the main tobacco thing in China. Huge, huge, huge. Chinese people smoke, okay? So, I mean, just look at this list. Check it out. Go in. And I'll put this link below too, okay? So, Price Waterhouse, okay? PwC. This is super duper uber important. VeChain has passed the first cryptocurrency disaster recovery plan as defined and approved by PwC. This is real important. PwC, in order for them to recommend VeChain to their clients, to PwC's clients, to say, yeah, we recommend using VeChain in your supply chain technology thing to help you reduce cost or tracking or whatever, right? In order for them to do this, they had to make sure that if VeChain crashed somewhere, that it was cool. I mean, that all is good. It can the backup will come back up, whatever. All right, to keep their clients' data safe. So this is the crypto disaster recovery plan. This can hardly be given more important. I just don't know how to give it more importance and how significant this is. It's a significant milestone in assuring VeChain. I'll just read this. This is a significant milestone in assuring VeChain's ability to handle mass adoption, e.g. for Price Waterhouse, PwC, to recommend VeChain to their clients. Yeah. Absolutely huge. This is the only cryptocurrency to do this so far, guys. The only one. Also, as far as that intellectual property and content thing, yeah, we talked about that. That's a big deal, right? Okay? That's going to be great for you name it. Whoever makes content, right? It's for safeguarding and securing intellectual property rights. That could also be applied to actual software companies as well. It doesn't have to just be written books or blogs or photos or whatever, right? It can also be software. Very interesting. So, VeChain. VeChain is really, really, really huge. And here's my honest prediction of where I think the VeChain can get to, okay? I think VeChain will reach the second largest market cap, dethroning Ethereum. I really do. And I am not an Ethereum hater by any means. I made some money on Ethereum. Thank you, Ethereum. But given what I've covered and what else I've looked at, and that Rust and the partnerships and stuff, VeChain in my opinion, VeChain will take over the number 2 spot. Number 1 being Bitcoin. And that's just me. And Bitcoin, in my opinion, Bitcoin doesn't even count as a cryptocurrency anymore, okay? It is transforming into the world's holder of wealth. It is the wealth storage mechanism, okay? It's like not even in the realm of cryptocurrency anymore. That tells you how bullish I am on Bitcoin, right? Very bullish. Buy at your own risk. Check it out before you do anything. Don't take my word for it. But I think VeChain is going to be number 2, okay? Right behind Bitcoin as having the largest market cap. And then the Thor with Rust and you know, it's going to be huge because I think that the developers will go and move over and start to develop the dApps in Rust, okay? For enterprises. Who pays or who can afford a developer? Who can afford to hire a developer at, you know, $100,000, $250,000 a year? Those are the enterprises, okay? Those are the big companies. And that's where this thing is going. There's going to be a lot of developers that really get knowledgeable about Rust, and they're going to start creating all these apps for VeChain. Also, VeChain, yeah, the number 1 coin. Yeah, I already mentioned that. Anyway, that's my predictions. And yeah, I know that this video has gone on a bit long, and it hasn't been the most exciting thing, but hopefully it has been informative to you. And it has encouraged you to want to go take a look at VeChain, truly. And this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. But this is where I see VeChain going. I might get laughed at, and that's okay. You know, I might be laughing all the way to the bank. We'll see. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. And best of luck to whatever you guys do with your crypto trading on whatever you decide. I truly wish you guys the best. And please like, subscribe, and get notified about the next videos, you know, when I drop them. I really appreciate the audience that I have, and you guys are great. And I look forward to your comments. So if you have comments about VeChain and stuff, put them below, and I'll try to answer each and every one. But thanks for watching, guys, and have a wonderful, fantastic day.